hey there, imaginary enemies. You have found me at last. I have left some clues, but it's already too late. The bomb is on the other side of city. Something I came up while I decided to. I was a lot more enthusiastic about it when I thought of it. I guess it's okay now. I decided to have another of those flying start streams. Damn, time flies, already a minute. Yeah, I had a hiccup and I wanted to get rid of it, so I googled it, and suggested searches was Urban Dictionary. I said, oh god, no. Everything has a Urban Dictionary meaning as well, so I really, I'm not gonna pay any attention to it anymore. Often there are some totally different ones, so who knows what's going on there. When I think about it, long road ahead of us, symbolic. When I think about it, it's a miracle that anyone finds any of these videos. So, although I don't want to go into the pathetics and stuff, I'm glad for anyone that drops by for any amount of time. Let's say that again. Considering all, it is unlikely, and it will be explained why are we here later on. I hope I don't mess up and dox my tool. Don't know what was that. I will not go into the game yet. Okay, probably one of the effects I have. Yeah, seems like it. So, yeah, and last stream the sound was all over. The sound was all over. So my apologies for that as well. And this is the last, not the last day, that sounded wrong. I wanted, to do this now. I have some things in my mind, so, I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but, let's get that out and then, maybe see what's gonna happen for the next one. I'm trying to have some regular schedule. And yeah, one of the things I mentioned RIOT MMO last time, and of course it's anybody's guess when it's gonna release, and I'm guessing, of course some people know. Who knows? I don't know, but of course some people know. I mean, in the outer circle. And I don't know how many years, 3 years, 2 since the announcement.
You are now away, AFK.
I knew there's gonna be something. Okay. So I don't know if anything was done in the first year, or it was just getting the band together. maybe some things were done, maybe some things are already set up, the universe, Runeterra, and stuff like that, races, classes. Not set up, but they just need to cherry pick what they want. And I said that, okay, the first, I think I mentioned this before, the first quelling of the hype was, when was it? Maybe a year ago, at the start of this year, with those tweets, and when it was said, it's not gonna come anytime soon, because I guess there were a bunch of games releasing in February, and it was said, so that's why we're gonna release in March. And I think Mark Yetter, okay, I'm not gonna repeat that, I already butchered it, said something like, I already almost had a heart attack, but that means they already had something. If they had nothing, he would be fine, it's a joke. But I should have said when I said, you finally found me, but okay. So it's a joke, but it means they had something unrealistic, but something. Now what they have, I don't know, but the closest it can be, let's say they announce something in half a year or something, and from that point, it's gonna be more clearer where they're at, but at least a year from that point, so year and a half minimum, something around that, 2 years or something. But why I mention this now? Because that's something that came to mind recently, and it kinda has it's connected, it's all connected. We're playing another game of Connect the Dots. Not really, don't worry. Why it does make sense? I'll check that later. Sorry if that was loud. Let's go in game. And hopefully I will remember not to do anything irrational. So a couple of things happened. One that happened most recently was
you are no longer away.
Oh great. Veterans got 3 days of game time, and I'm not prepared, and that's one of the stupid things. I get free time, I need to be prepared for it, and I'm not really into it anymore. So I hope the music isn't too loud. It kinda reminds me of the Dwarf area in Hellfire Peninsula, and that one reminds me of Red Dwarf. I don't know when that was released, but I caught some reruns some time ago, and a pretty nice show, really. Maybe that's something I should try to find on YouTube. And okay, let's first go into the reason why we're here. I promised you a free pet, and I will deliver, but I wanna to go into this first. Okay, let's see who's around.
Admiral Otsius says,
As
hey,
you can see,
Cookie, what's for dinner tonight? And don't say chicken.
It's every day
Cookie
is a
McQueek
beer
sauce
fest
says,
day
Yar, Admiral.
when there are dwarves
Let me
around.
think about it.
Okay.
Error. It be common into focus. Cookie McQueek sauce says,
This is
it
why
looks
we
like
are
it be
here.
succulent pork ribs basted with its own delectable juices in a side o' Captain Sanders' secret
Ragnarose.
sauce, for dippin'. Cookie McQueek sauce says, and for dessert we be havin' cheesecake, flown in fresh from storm
Okay, you
wind on
saw
the
it,
wings o'
Ragnarose.
angels.
I don't need to,
Admiral Otsius
since I
says,
forgot to
wow,
turn off the.
really? Cookie McQueek sauce
Let's
says,
get.
no. Not really. Cookie McQueek sauce
Not
says,
really.
it be chicken. Admiral Otsius says, I hate you so much, Cookie.
Okay, that was a nice conversation right there. So the little that I did visit forums. Okay, this is a bad idea too. Let's go somewhere where my settings are not gonna. Okay, hide in the bushes. That's perfect. Oh no. So, yeah, I caught that Ragnarose people are Ragnaroses, and there's a pet there. Of course, Kazakh people are Kazakhstani. What else? I don't know about other servers, but I have talked about servers enough, so let's not go into that. And let's say something about WoW. So, like I said, we have 3 days of game time. I probably use it on weekend, though I don't know if you're farming something, then maybe those are bad days, but if you wanna, sell something on the auction house, it's debatable, but I guess that would be a nice choice. And yeah, there's that, I guess, of course, that was given because of that. I saw it being referred as pigeon snake pigeon, something like that. Some guy had that kind of name. Promotion, and that was nice. But it of course requires game time. And yeah, there was that promotion: buy game, get a month free time. So their response time is okay. Sure, when you first give those free trials of Drakthir, if I Ventir, Drakthir, well, then and then you add some game time to go with it. I don't know if that was the intent, or they also have flying starts and think of things as they go. Yeah, so what's going on? Are the numbers low? Do they wanna make them larger? If the numbers are low, why is it so? Are people expecting a curveball? Have they moved on? And okay, a second there I thought, what am I gonna talk about? But then I remembered. And yeah, about the RIOT MMO, when I said about that Twitter example, you can't really hold, split hairs and weigh every word and everything, but when it comes to, okay, 2 things I hope I don't forget. One thing is you think that you do, but you don't. And the other thing is Final Fantasy. Let's go into Final Fantasy. So people in WoW had a lot of resentment toward that game, and I don't know what number, I'm not gonna go into speculation there, but a certain amount of people, although they didn't really like that game, still went there. Now, if that's the reason that the numbers might be a bit lower or not, I don't know, but for example, there's that attitude, the game is free, just try it. I don't know how many people actually does that, but I think some people don't. I am among those, because I'm gonna first check YouTube, Twitch to see what the game is like, and then I might decide if I'm gonna try it or not. So what I wanna say is, maybe some people finally decided to try Final Fantasy, and once they are in, they might not wanna go back. So that may be one of the reasons. And like I said, a lot of people didn't wanna leave WoW for anything. So what happens there?
You
I
are
don't
now
know.
away. AFK.
Okay. When you mess something up and you don't fix it, this is what happens. And okay, let's.
You are no longer away.
I brought this to myself. And yeah, you think that you do, but you don't. Yeah, and WoW really had monopoly for the longest time, and I guess that really lulled them into place of superiority. And the name I wrote the last time, there are many layers there, and I don't want to go into explanation, but one of the layers is that name can mean power deceives, and I guess the power they had did deceive them. And I mean, they might, if people are expecting a curveball, that might happen, those weeklies turning into dailies. I guess some people wanted it, but things can change at any given moment. Like I said, that Drenic motor still doesn't work on plants, so totally changes things. And yeah, you think that you do, but you don't. Yeah, let's make another of those half-an-hour videos. I have another clock close by, and I got it because Fortnite was smart enough not to include a clock in their UI. Keep on playing. So yeah, I totally switched to Fortnite. It's grindy, but I just wanted that Doom skin, which I got. So yeah, you think that you do, but you don't. I think he was right. Essentially, he was right. And like I said, they were arrogant, so they missed a key part. I mean, I'm gonna jump back and forth here because I don't want to forget something. Remember when the biggest insult was go back to retail, and they made it bannable with some excuse that letters shouldn't be used like that stuff. I forgot, but it was bannable to say go back to retail, and that's one of those control the narrative things. Excuse me. Really kind of jungly sounds here. and of course this is a personal opinion. For me, where the mistake light was, it's not that the old game wasn't shit. It is, and you can see that if you go on classic. But the thing is, they made the new game even shittier, and that's where the problem was. At least the old game was supposed to have end game, but they pulled the rug even on that one. It was supposed to have, you know, biz gear, and you know, the same rug was, that was the same rug. No end game, no biz gear. Now, of course, things need to move forward. That is the thing. So in that regard, you know, retail, you know, the latest game makes sense because they can change things there, and that's also the thing. People were so scared of changes because all the changes were making the game worse. So, and I guess they are trying to make the new game lately a combo of old game and, you know, in a old game in a new way. So that is good. Whether they will succeed, I don't know, you know, I wish them luck, but...
You are now away, AFK.
Thank you for reminding me. This really can be annoying. So, I guess that's my point. Now, you know that they say, you know, classic plus and all, but I think the future of the game, of course, is, you know, making new games have that old kind of feel. But that's the thing with escapism. You know, you expect, you know, from a company that is about making money to give you the product you need, but of course they're gonna make it about money. But I hope they learn their lesson and they're gonna give the players what they want. Okay, I guess that's something I failed to talk about for a long time, and since the time is flying, let's check the... Yeah, I don't need to check the... I have a bunch of useless notes, and one of the things, the last time I was in that Tiller Garden, I mentioned that, and I don't know how to put this, I will explain this later, but I was there, you know, farming, tilling, I don't know, and at one point Farmer Funk said, "Fuck Ghostlands." So what? Farmer Funk? Sure, I agree with you, but isn't that a bit harsh? But when I finished, you know, what I was doing, I, you know, checked what's going on, and of course the voice text to speech was on. It wasn't Ghostlands, it was another server. I mentioned Ghostlands because I didn't want to say fact that small server, but so it was another server, small server, where I have a tool, so I know that server is dead, and you know, and it wasn't fuck, it ended with UCK, it was a short name, so it really sounded like that. And then, you know, of course it was a tool name and then the name of the server, so it sounded like, but it wasn't Ghostlands, of course, it was some other small server said that. And I don't know if it was the phasing or some quest chain, but I guess some guy from that server turned in the quest or something, so it triggered the farmer funk saying that. So I didn't make a screenshot there, but I did make some, and I will, whenever I can, I will use those screenshots as thumbnails to, you know, to commemorate those moments, and there were a lot. I don't know if I should. There were some nasty ones, but I don't know. I don't know if I will go into that. Should I go into that now? Okay, let's not. I think this have lasted a lot. I don't wanna go into notes and, you know, go again into you're AFK, you're not AFK. So let's end it here. And you all know how.
See you soon. Real soon.